comment muting out now. Well, hello and welcome to week 101. I feel so
You
proud
are
to be
muted,
able
by the
to.
way.
I feel so good to be able to say that. It's really good to be here in week 101. I'm here with Carney. How are you doing?
I'm doing fine, thanks. How you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm so glad it's Friday. Oh my goodness me. The week has
Yep.
just been absolutely horrific. Hugely fluctuating numbers, and unfortunately it feels like, and I hate to say it because I do love a jolly good holiday, but the dreaded C word is almost upon us, and work is already absolutely flogged, completely gummed to the channels. So, week 101 is Hypatia Part 2, Olympus Operations and Respawning Exotics. 21 missions can now be played as operations in Olympus. Exotics will also now spawn in open world with the meteor shower.
Yep. I'm definitely
Oh.
going to check it out after the patch notes. I want to see this meteor shower.
Yeah, oh God, I wish I could be there with you, but unfortunately I have family stuff to do. However, will you take us away, please?
Sure. So, Hypatia Part 2 is here. You can now play 21 operations that have been transitioned over from missions in your Olympus open worlds. These 21 operations have been hand-selected with a range of challenges to choose from. Challenges to choose from in operations. Okay, I'll have to check out what they exactly mean with that, but sounds interesting.
Yeah, I hope I can get some gameplay in tomorrow just to double check what that's all about. I'm so sick I'm not going to be able to be there tonight.
If you're early tomorrow, I'm home till somewhere end of the afternoon, I think, early evening. So maybe we can do some gameplay as well tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm crossing my fingers on that one. I have to make some repairs to my car, and then I have to try and arrange for it to get its MOT because I'm already a month out of date.
Oops.
Yeah, I know. I had absolutely no idea. It wasn't until my colleague said, "Oh, by the way, I've got to put my van in for the frickin' MOT," and I'm like, oops. When the hell did mine run out?
Yeah.
So yeah, gotta be car busy tomorrow.
Okay.
Back to the patch notes. Sorry.
So we have also added exotic respawning in open world with the new meteor shower event occurring every 3 hours and spawning new nodes, paints, voxels, and exotic plants. The last one on Prometheus, obviously.
Ooh, sounding good.
So let us jump in and let's have a read, shall we?
Yes, please.
So we have some notable improvements. The open world selection screen now shows operations for Olympus and also exotics for all 3 the maps. Like if you go to mission or open world, or you have the little icons telling you what's in where. It now
Mm-hmm.
also shows operations for Olympus, and it now also shows exotics for all 3 the maps, the open world selection screen.
Alrighty.
Fixing the Desert Mammoth trophy not being the Desert Mammoth trophy when placed, so most likely you'll have to pick it up and place it back down again.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I will do it in my Styx open world, because I think I have a Desert Mammoth trophy there. They fixed the Tusker trophy. It was deploying as a Komodo trophy. Again,
Yes.
I'll have to pick it up and put it back down, and hopefully it will be showing a
Tusker
proper
trophy.
Tusker trophy now.
Yeah.
They fixed visit killing only granting the wolf kill experience by accident.
Can't say as I'd noticed that, but haven't killed too many visits.
I've killed a few, but I haven't noticed either.
Okay.
The encroachment examination mission, they fixed where clients first were seeing incorrect kill requirements for the Great River, showing the objective as complete when it wasn't. They fix it now for the clients as well. Good.
Good. That's kind of
Meridian,
important.
yeah, so you know when it's actually finished.
Yeah.
The Meridian extraction mission added a supply drop. Added a supply drop to deposit the ingredients into, rather than in the same box, to fix a bug where the box would clean up too fast, and then you lost your ingredients. They also changed the mission text to match, like, hey, chuck it in the supply drop and not in the chest.
Yeah. That's kind of important.
And for the Strange Harvest mission, some improvements and fixes. So for the Strange Harvest research and Strange Harvest bio research. Okay, good.
Okay.
So this week, Olympus Operations. Hypatia Part 2 is here, and as promised, it features Olympus Operations. 21 of the missions have been added as playable operations in your open world prospects on our original map, Olympus. These 21 missions have been hand-selected as missions that best suit the operations model and open world play. These missions provide unique challenges that suit a more established prospect, where you often start with higher tier gear. Obviously, like the first mission, like, hey, go in, build a campfire, build a bedroll, and survive one night. Not
Mm-hmm.
really fit for an operation, obviously. But there are missions which are way better suited for operations.
Yeah.
Stockpile missions, for example.
Mm-hmm.
We also recently reorganized the Olympus missions, allowing for a smoother progression through operations and allowing you to do more missions without having to repeat every scan mission. When you've completed all the operations, this will also fully unlock all of the Olympus missions as individual prospects to play the traditional way. Now, this sentence does make me think, like, do you need to complete the operations first before you can do all the other missions? Or do you have to complete them as operations before you can do them as missions? Or not sure how this works. It's a tad hard to see, obviously, because like I've done and thus unlocked all of the Olympus missions.
I suppose the only answer to that would be to create a new character and test it. Or use
Create a new player, you mean?
create a new player.
Mission unlocks are player based, not character based.
Yes. Oops.
So it's a tad hard to test. Okay.
Yeah, just a bit.
Anyway, underneath here we see a nice picture of the meteor coming down. Does
Yeah.
look like a big shockwave there.
Yeah. Oh, that's going to be interesting.
Oh, definitely.
That looks like the Great Plains right next to the Arctic. Entrance to the Arctic.
It looks like either Olympus or Styx.
Yeah.
This is not a Prometheus one. Looking at
No.
all the trees. Yeah, not sure where on the map it is.
Styx. Well, I mean, we've got it's Olympus, is it? No, that must be grasslands leading to the Arctic.
The biome is called forest.
Okay.
So I'd have to find a biome map, and then I can see where these players are roughly standing.
Okay.
Anyway, this week, exotic respawning and meteor showers. Oh yeah. Hypatia Part 2 also brings the long-awaited exotic respawning and open world exotics to Icarus. This means that exotics can now be extracted from your open world prospects through exotic deposits, so the exotic extractors.
Mm-hmm.
They can be earned alongside enzymes in horde mode, like in missions. You can also do it from your open world, apparently.
Yeah.
Or on Prometheus, they can be farmed from plants. These plants, by the way, I have not seen before. I've seen the red exotics tree thingy, not the strange plants though. Something I still have to try and find at some point.
Okay.
Next week we will also add exotic voxels to mine. So the ones in the caves, I reckon.
Yes.
Exotics in open world respawn now through the new meteor shower event. Every 3 hours there will be a map-wide meteor shower that will only trigger if you have fully extracted an exotic deposit during that time period. So if you don't do exotic mining, there will be no meteor. If you have fully extracted at least one exotic deposit, then you'll get the meteor event. This event causes up to 3 new exotic veins to spawn across the map. On open worlds, currently only 3 exotic veins can be active at any one time. So there are missions with a varying amount of exotic veins.
Yes.
Open worlds will have a max of 3. You can mine them all 3. You do the radar scan and you figure out where they are. You can mine them all 3. As soon as you finish one of them, one of the veins fully, then the timer will start, and within 3 hours, a meteor will strike, and it will pop up 1, to a max of 3 exotic veins, depending on how many you have emptied out. If you have only emptied out one new one will spawn. If you emptied two will spawn. If you emptied 3 or more, 3 will spawn. Not sure you can. Well, you can not have more than 3 anyway
I
on the
was
open
actually,
world.
yeah, I was actually wondering whether or not if you emptied one, that starts the timer for the 3 hours.
hmm
So then you go to a second one, and in the second hour you mine that one. So
hmm
you've got a respawn in hour 4, and now you've
No,
got. No, wait a
no.
minute.
There will be one meteor event every 3 hours.
Okay, so
The
you've
timer
got.
does not reset.
Okay,
And there's only one timer.
so that means that you've got 3 hours to mine all 3 if you were to do it in Spirit Walk, for example.
Uh, well, you can mine 2 within those 3 hours, and then only 2 will respawn. If you mine them all 3, 3 will respawn.
Wow, you could just spend your days mining exotics, couldn't you?
Yeah, basically 3 veins every 3 hours.
Hmm.
And obviously, like Spirit Walk has like 6 possible locations, so you can put up a shack next to each of the 6 possible spawn locations with a couple of extractors in.
Yeah.
And orbital exchange interface at each of the sites. And once the meteor event strikes, once the meteor strikes, you do a radar scan to figure out which 3 of the 6 locations have got an exotic vein,
Yeah.
and then you run towards those 3 locations. You put up your extractors, and you start mining. Put a couple
Yeah.
of wind turbines next to them for electricity,
Mm-hmm.
and yeah, then you just start mining. And then after a certain amount of time, okay, they're all fully mined now. I'm gonna run towards those locations. I'm gonna send up the exotics, and I'm gonna wait for the next meteor event, and then basically rinse and repeat. Yes.
Yeah. So basically, you can set your mining places up, so you know that's respawning every 3 hours. You can run to the other end of the map and do, or then you can run to a geyser, do 3 rounds of that, and then you can run to the thumper, run that and mine that, and by the time you've done all that, your exotics
Thumper
have
isn't gonna do. Yeah, Thumper isn't gonna do anything for
no, no,
exotics though.
no. But I'm just saying that all you got to do is run between 3 items on your map, and you'll get
Yep.
exotics. You'll get or you'll get the ore respawning. You'll
Yep.
get more exotics and some whatever it is you get for your hordes rewards, and you
The
just
condensed
run.
enzymes. Yeah.
Yeah, so you just run from one to the other to the other to the other to the other, and there you go. You've got everything you need in the map.
Yeah. You can do like whilst you're waiting for the exotic veins to be extracted, you can run indeed geysers
Yeah,
to grab more exotics. Yeah.
and if you have it kind of automatic, as automatic as it's ever going to be, really, I guess at this point.
Well, you'll have to run to the vein location. You have to set up your extractors.
Yeah,
And once the vein runs dry, you have to like pick up the exotics, send them back up, take away the extractors.
renew
Because
the power source.
I don't think you can leave them in place. I'm not sure it'll work. I believe something about it is being mentioned later on.
Okay.
Uh, Renew your power source. Just put wind turbines in.
Yeah. Okay.
1750 wind turbines, so you need 2 or 3 wind turbines tops to run to tier 4 extractors. Or alternatively, you bring down a couple of them space extractors, which are even faster.
Yeah.
So then all you need to do, like, okay, you
Anytime you,
request a new
yeah,
power source or 2 new power sources, and then you send the exotics back up with that same pod.
yeah,
Easy as pie.
yeah.
Now this meteor event also resets the radar scans, allowing you to rescan and find new veins in the new locations. So the old scans are not gonna clog up your map anymore. As soon as the
Okay.
meteor strikes, all radar scans are being wiped. And then you can do your new radar scan to figure out where the exotics have the exotic veins have spawned or
Yes. Respawn.
refilled basically.
Yeah, respawned.
Yeah.
Okay.
So regardless of whether the meteor shower happens or not, every 3 hours, exotic plants on Prometheus prospects have a chance to spawn. So on Prometheus, there's this, you have the tree which you can mine for a ton of red exotics. You also have the strange plants, which you can, I believe, pick up and put in a planter.
Mm-hmm.
Those plants will give you some raw exotics as well, raw red exotics.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, those plants will respawn every 3 hours period. Doesn't matter whether or not you have mined exotic veins, so it doesn't matter whether or not you get a meteor event. Every 3 hours, the plants have a chance to spawn. I believe the chance is 20%, and there are a shit ton of plant locations on Prometheus. So you just have to run around every couple of hours and try and find new plants.
Yeah.
Additionally, every 3 hours, geysers have their completion numbers reset, allowing you to gather exotics again. Because normally you have 3 waves per iteration,
Mm-hmm.
and after the 3rd iteration you get exotics, and every subsequent iteration does not give you exotics no more. This has
Yeah.
changed. Every 3 hours, the completion number resets. So if you have done 2 iterations, you'll have to do 3 iterations again. The next iteration will be number 1 again. However,
Yeah.
if you have run 3 iterations already, normally it would be iteration number 4, which would give you only condensed enzymes and no exotics no more.
Mm-hmm.
Now it will reset again, and it will be iteration number 1. Hey Froggy,
Hey, Froggy.
everything is
Welcome,
going
welcome.
fine this side. How are you doing?
Going good this side. Glad to see you here. Thank you for your support. Yeah. So, yeah, that's gonna be good because it's gonna give you more incentive to do the geezers. Like it used to be, right? You've done 3 iterations. You've got your exotics. Ignore it.
Actually, in open world, I do them for the condensed enzymes so I can make these statues.
Mm-hmm.
But once you have made all the statues you want, then indeed they're not really worth doing no more. Or unless you want a ton of bone for
Epoxy.
epoxy.
Yeah, because
I
you
tried, by the way. I got the miasmic X from the workshop on
okay?
Styx, and there's also on Olympus. It will not give you infected bark, unfortunately.
Hmm, that's a shame.
Yep. Well, infected bark is a Prometheus exclusive resource, so yeah.
Well, you wouldn't really expect it to be coming from
But yeah,
the
then
other two
it does
maps.
make one wonder. The organic cleaner thingy you can build on all 3 maps. It's not a Prometheus exclusive device, so device is basically useless in Styx and Olympus.
Yeah, so why can you build it if you can't use it?
Exactly.
Yeah, that's a bit
So
of a
I was kind of hoping I could get infected bark on Styx as well, cause my Styx open world I'm hurting for epoxy. So alas, doesn't work.
that's a shame.
Oh well, so be it.
Alrighty. Would you be so good as to take us through this next section? I need the quickest of toilet breaks. I'll be right back.
Yep. So coming soon, batteries, which has been mentioned in earlier patch notes as well. Batteries project is making progress, and we wanted to give you an update on where this project is at the moment. So our recent work includes adjusting outward network flows locally to allow for brownouts and modifiers to be applied when the power output isn't high enough. We have also allowed for variable flow rates and crafting to still occur even when you're lacking adequate power supply, but at a reduced rate of speed. So yes, you will be out of power. However, you will still be able to craft, albeit slower. We didn't play yesterday, Froggy, as in Echo wasn't there. I did put an announcement in Discord. I did, however, stream on Twitch Olympus mission with Karel. So, yeah. There was an announcement about not being the normal Thursday gameplay. However, if you look in the if you look in the community chat channel, there is a link to my Twitch channel. There you could have seen the gameplay yesterday, as in gameplay with Carl and me doing Olympus mission. Took Discord off on your main PC. Put it on your phone, you still get the notifications. Anyway, we are still in a testing phase of all the adjustments to the whole power system, so they may change considerably from the current forms. To make sure this whole thing is effective and player friendly, we are doing a quality of life pass at the same time as we play with these features. I haven't seen anything about an open or closed beta, so I can't say anything about this. We are also looking to include a system which allows players to debug networks in-game, either using tools in world or having a unique UI. Which would be nice if you at least could see, like, hey, you're generating X, you're using Y, so you want to add a certain device, you can see upfront whether or not you have enough power. But at least the fact that you can still craft on electric benches, even though slower, that will be a nice addition. I do wonder though how it will affect things like freezers and aquaria.
Hi, sorry, I'm back.
Okay, welcome back.
Thank you very
Okay.
much. Thank you.
Frog says, phone is used by my son as he needs a phone for work. Yeah, since I don't use my phone at home, it's better use if he uses it through. Yeah, then it does mean you do not get the Discord notifications indeed. So maybe turn Discord back, put Discord back on your PC.
Yeah.
Yeah, anyway, the whole battery system looks interesting.
Yeah, and here we have the image. It goes, surprise, there's a bear behind you.
Yep. So, each week, performance improvements. While it may not be mentioned in the weekly blog each week, well, weekly blog and each week's kinda redundant, but okay. Performance is an ongoing part of our work, and those who dive into the detailed changelog below will notice some of the improvements we're making week on week. Yeah, we do notice them, or at least
Yeah,
we do see them mentioned the in the patch notes. Yeah.
yep, absolutely we do.
So as part of the performance work, we've been looking at a way to reduce the impact of loading across the map, which can cause stutters. This is mainly focusing on adjusting the way caves are spawned in, and we have had some early positive results, but this is still very much in the early stages of testing. Well, as soon as they say, hey, we fixed it, I know which open world and where on the open world I have to look. On my Prometheus open world, when going into the swamp towards the Crazy Base, just before the swamp, following the river towards the swamp entry, there's always this massive lag, really massive lag.
Yeah, even we experienced that last time I was in there. Yeah,
Yeah,
that was
like it's
huge. I
it's
mean,
only once, but it is a really massive lag there.
oh yeah, I mean you're down to like 2 frames a second or something. It's
2 frames a
huge.
second, if only
Yeah,
0.000002.
yeah, it's really bad.
Yeah, but hey, it is a good place to test any performance improvements. So yeah,
It's the best place to test the performance improvements, if you ask me.
yep.
Alrighty.
I see you playing Ark Survival Ascended. How do I like it? It looks way better in the Unreal 5 engine, that's for sure. A couple of minor changes from AZ. A couple of nice improvements, like you can proper pick up building pieces you've placed a long time ago, benches, etc. You don't have to destroy it no more, which is a very nice addition. But as AZ, it's not really suited for solo play. Best to be played in co-op. I like the game though. Don't get me wrong. But yeah, sometimes it's like you wanna tame the pets. Good luck if you're on your own. Things like that. But man. Anyway, back to the patch notes. We have also been looking into what impact we can have in reducing the pack size of the game, and therefore the download size. As some of you have mentioned before, and some of you is being friendly, as has been mentioned by a lot of people, the process of downloading and patching the updates can be lengthy, especially patching the updates. Downloading usually rather fast.
Yeah.
It's the patching that takes a long time, especially on slower disks. This is due to the stark differences in how Unreal Engine packages build and how Steam wants to unpack the files. What we are hoping is this work will improve the download speed, which will at least impact this positively. Yeah, but on slower disks, download speed isn't really the issue. I mean, you spend what, 2 minutes downloading and then 15 minutes updating. Uh, Speeding up the downloads isn't gonna have a big impact there. I myself, I'm running the game from an M2 SATA, and there I'm done within 2 minutes downloading and updating. Whilst it's still downloading, it's already starting to update the game. So even for me, speeding up the download won't make a difference at all.
I have to say it's pretty speedy for me too. I mean, I do the downloading first and then the patching and verifying they are separate items, but I'm usually done within maximum 10 minutes. That's it. done.
Yeah,
I
you're
mean,
playing from a normal between quotes SSD probably. So
yeah,
10 minutes, sure. But if you're running it on an old style hard disk, spinning Rust, it can take a long time.
yeah.
It's
Well,
all about
that's true.
speed of the disk, write speed. So yeah,
Yeah, I mean,
sure.
10 minutes for
10
me is a
minutes for
long
patching.
time.
Yeah, but it's 10 minutes for patching. This is not gonna affect the patching time. This is only gonna affect the download time. So you'll still have the whole 10 minutes patching.
Yeah, but I mean, I have maybe what, a minute, 2 minutes download, 3 or 4 minutes patching, a minute or so verifying if necessary.
Yeah, so it's only the download part, which is already the shortest part of the whole update.
Yeah, well, I mean,
But
if you
hey, at
download it
least,
quick,
yeah. But then again, they can't really do anything about
the
the
patching time.
whole unpatching and
Hmm.
verifying thing. So they do what they can, and only thing they can have a bit of an influence on is the download speed, improve the download speed, so shorten download time. It's something.
Yep.
And I also realize that's the only part they can do something about.
Yeah.
But it's already the shortest part of the whole update process. So yeah,
Yeah. Well, they're dedicated to making the changes where they can, and that's where they can. So,
exactly.
we'll take it.
But yeah, this whole change to the download procedure, it will go through rigorous testing before being released. But if all
Yeah.
goes well, this should be out in the future somewhere. Yeah. Um,
Okay.
are those updates for Icarus for the new map? For the part for Olympus map specifically is they added operations to Olympus now. And for all three, Olympus and Styx and Prometheus, they added exotic respawning.
Yeah.
And these changes for like batteries and performance improvements and stuff, this is all global throughout all three maps. This is like core gameplay.
Yeah.
Nothing to do with Prometheus, not Prometheus specifically. No, this is for all three the maps.
Yeah. It covers the entire game.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so next week we have new deep ore vein types. I'm like, I've had a really busy week. The brain is not working, and I think the mouth is struggling, so I'll give it a go. Next week we'll be adding new deep ore veins to all maps, increasing the possible resources that can be collected from them and the number of deep ore veins available. In the past, this was limited to lower tier resources the majority of the time. Next week, we'll be releasing the full list, of all the new resources that can be gathered as
Yeah,
part.
we've talked about this before. You have only so much deep veins at the moment. If they add ore types to the pool from which the system picks at random a resource to spawn, like aluminum already isn't that common, but at least there are some.
Yeah,
There's
I could.
iron, there's copper, there's gold, there's silver, there's silica, there is aluminum. Those six definitely. Now they're gonna add oxide. They're gonna add oxide, platinum, titanium. So they're gonna add more resources to the list from which to choose. Uh, so the chance of finding an aluminum deep vein or a silica deep vein would decrease. A couple of weeks ago, when Jake was in, actually, they the, this was mentioned already. I mentioned this already as well, and then Jake did say like, yeah, we know we are going to increase the number of deep ore veins to counter this.
Yeah, because the more they add, the less. you get of each one
Yeah.
based on RNG. Okay, as
I
part of.
believe stone is also going to be in the list. I believe I've
Oh,
seen
that
this
would be
mentioned as
good.
well.
That would be good.
Yeah.
Thus solving the respawning stone issue.
Now all we need is a plant respawn, tree respawn basically, and then we should be good.
Yeah, but
Or
I do believe.
maybe get a bigger crop plot in which you can plant trees.
Yeah, I was gonna say, didn't we discuss this at some point way long ago where
Well,
it would be nice if you could like chop down a tree and collect the seed and then plant the seed?
way back when the Thumper, which wasn't called Thumper at that point yet, but when they started talking about it, they talked about a device for minerals and a device for plants. So the device for
Yes.
minerals resulted in a Thumper,
So we're still
and the
waiting
device
for
for
the
plants
yeah, we're still waiting
basically
for that.
disappeared.
Yeah. Well, it didn't disappear. Just hasn't appeared yet.
It hasn't made a reappearance in the patch notes, no.
No, it certainly hasn't. But that does it would help. It would help if we could do that. Righty, if you like what we're doing with Icarus and want to.
One sec.
Ooh.
As part of this patch,
Oh,
we will be
surf.
adjusting the way resources are set up, which may cause the respawning of some voxels, trees, and plants in various areas of the map. So I reckon because they kind of rework the map, make changes to the map, like new deep vein locations with trees dotted around. If that's currently completely devoid of any plant life, they add the deep vein and the trees around it. So I
Okay.
reckon that's what may cause the respawning of voxels, rocks, trees, and plants.
Ah, yeah. That would make
But
sense.
if there are any issues, make sure to report them in future upvote. So I reckon if one of those new spots is like right underneath your base, you build a nice base, and all of a sudden you have trees in your house.
Not good.
Or worse, part of your base gone, including benches and stuff.
Yeah,
That
remember.
would be slightly annoying.
Yeah, remember. Kind of experienced something similar when, but it's my outpost where I have my reverse pyramid in
Yeah, the tree
glass.
constantly respawning, growing
Yeah, growing
through the
through the
pyramid. Yeah.
glass and ended up breaking the glass.
Well, it only broke the glass when you cut down the tree, or when it blew over during a storm.
Yeah, but the problem was you then couldn't run through the building because it was in the way.
Yeah.
And how did you solve it? I believe you built a patio.
Yeah, just put foundations down. Things should not grow underneath foundations. I believe that stopped the
it
growing of
it did.
this particular tree.
Yes, it did. Well, if you remember, it was two trees. I remember there were two trees. But yeah,
Long time since we were in that particular outpost.
oh yeah, I mean, like, it's so long ago that nothing is actually even connected to water, never mind power.
Yep,
So it's kind of become a renaissance place to be.
rustic.
Yeah, original, OG. This is
Exactly.
how we used to play in the day.
Yep.
Actually, I think I might just rename that outpost to be the museum.
Sure.
Alrighty.
Anyway.
If you like what we're doing with Icarus and want to support our continued development, consider purchasing one of our DLCs for a few dollars. It would mean a lot to us. And here we have the Icarus Complete the Set, where it will give you what you don't have already. And the Icarus Outpost Bundle. Excuse me.
The same, but this time for outposts. Outposts only. All the outposts you don't have yet, you can buy in one big bundle.
Yeah. Alrighty. So here we have the change log. The new content includes the Hypatia merge, which has been spoken about. They've enabled operations on open world and allowed exotic respawning on open world.
Talked about.
And when exotic deposit resources are exhausted, they will no longer show up on any future radar scans. So you do your radar scans, you find them, you mine them, it wipes the scans, it respawns the exotics, and you can scan again.
So it wipes the radar scans upon meteor event.
Yeah.
However, now if you have finished an exotic vein, you do a new radar scan before the meteor event, the depleted vein will no longer show.
So it will only show active veins.
Exactly. It will no
Excuse
longer
me.
show the ones you have already mined.
Which is good because that's one of the things that I remember we spoke about, in so much as when you had done one radar scan, it would still show it on the map.
The scan will still show on the map, but any new scans will not point to the already depleted vein.
Which is good.
Yeah. Until the meteor event strikes, because then it's no longer depleted and all radar scans will disappear from the map and you can start anew.
Yeah.
Right. Evictus. Strange Harvest Bioresearch. The final pod has been changed to a transport pod. They removed the double up of Icarus map icons on satellite. Removed double up of Icarus map icons on the satellite. Okay. No
Yeah.
idea what they mean there, but thanks. The final pod change to transport pod was talked about above.
Yeah.
Open world selection screen now shows operations for Olympus and exotics for all 3 maps, as mentioned above.
Mm-hmm.
They added a pickup weapon sound for guns and crossbows.
Cool.
To be honest, I had not noticed there was no sound for it, but okay, sure.
No, 'cause there's a sound for reloading it or loading it first time you get it, but not one for picking it up. So
Yeah.
if
Well,
it's going to be anything like the arrow pickup, it should sound pretty good.
yeah. Can't say I've missed it, to be honest. Well, as in I've missed it and not even noticed it missing. So.
Yeah, well, you don't know it's missing until you get it.
True. Strange Harvest Research decreases search area radius to more accurately represent the travel quest. They removed the description override within the first Dropod quest, so it now displays the proper mission text. Decreases search area radius. Okay. Strange Harvest Research. Let me quickly have a look on
Strange Harvest Research looking
Icarus
for.
Intel. This is an Olympus one, I believe. Strange Harvest.
Is that not where we had to go and excuse
This
me,
is a Styx
pick
one.
pick bits of plants?
Strange Harvest Research. I don't see no mission with that name,
Oh,
to be honest.
it's not research. It's resurrect.
Uh, okay. There's no strange. Well, Strange Harvest. There is a Strange Harvest bio research. But I'm not sure what that other mission is, to be honest.
It's a Strange Harvest Resurrect. But anyway, it must be the Bio Resurrect. Okay. Adding.
It could be could it be there's like just one and the same mission? Because the Strange Harvest bio research has to investigate toxins at multiple locations. But,
Yeah, the poisonous plants, where if you walk up to it and pick it, it'll poison you, but if you run through it and pick at the same time, you don't get poisoned.
well, that's the first one, poison plant. Second one, you have to kill a contaminated creature, skin it, and collect the sample. Oh, there's the one with the carcass on the riverbank, I believe. And then you have to find downed research research vessel.
Okay. Alrighty.
River reports. Yeah, well, anyway.
Adding bow pickup audio and balancing against other pickup sounds, removing spatializer. Saved pickup spatializer as a preset and added to all pickups so they are consistent data table entry.
Okay, so added the audio and made it in line with the rest.
Thank you. We like that. Change food modifiers from stack max 1 to replace to make data table validation more explicit.
No idea. So I'd say thanks for the info and have a nice day.
Well, that sounds like, you know how, like, if you've got 2 campfires burning, it'll give you the nice and cozy mod times 2. If you've got 6 campfires burning, it'll give you it times 6. So instead of it saying max at 1,
Well,
you replace the 6 with you just have the nice and cozy stat. Never mind how
this is
many
about food
times.
modifiers. So
Yeah, but
what I'm more thinking about is like you have multiple types of prime meat, they all give the same buff.
yeah,
So you eat a cooked fatty T-bone, you get a food modifier for prime meat.
yeah,
Then you add cooked gamey meat, it adds another prime meat food buff. It stacks, but the stack has a max size of 1. So it basically resets the timer.
yeah, okay.
So instead of stack max 1 and thus reset the timer, they now take out the old one and put in the new one. So take out prime meat and put in prime meat.
Yeah, so
Looks more
you're
like
not
that.
so you're not reliant on the previous one running out to replace it.
Well, it shouldn't run out anyway. It should just renew it.
Yeah, but
Renew the timer.
yeah,
But
that's
instead of adding to the stack to a maximum stack number of 1, so basically resetting the timer, they now replace that food modifier. So take it away and reapply it straight away again.
yeah. Okay.
Function
Thus,
wise, it seems to be
restart the
the
timer.
same, but yeah. So I'm not sure why they would do it, but let's just assume they have their reasons.
If it makes the process tidier, smoother,
Yeah,
quicker, I'm all for it.
yeah.
Adding pickaxe stroke axe pickup sound.
So like for the bow, crossbow, and weapon. So it's a guns, crossbow, and bow, and pickaxe, and axe. They now all get a pickup sound.
Good, good, good. Fixed corn uncooked, not giving the raw food modifier. So, in other words, you can eat a carrot, get raw food modifier for 60 seconds, but you couldn't with corn, with raw corn. But now you
Yeah.
can.
Still gave you the food, I think, like the hunger decrease, but not giving you the raw food modifier.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad they fixed it because like you get it for everything else, so you should get it for the raw corn as well. So keep it
Can't,
in line with the rest.
yeah, can't really say I've eaten that much raw corn.
No, me neither. I usually cook it first,
Yeah,
or at least like put it in the oven, you know, with wrapped in tin foil with
butter.
butter and sugar and.
Oh.
I know, right?
Oh God, yeah, just barbecued sweet corn. Oh, mwah.
I'm starting to get hungry
And you don't eat. Oh
for
well,
no
actually,
apparent reason.
I was going to say you don't eat
Well,
greens, but sweet corn is
corn,
yellow.
exactly. It isn't green. You get it.
Yes, I get it. I get it.
And that's why I eat pizza sometimes with pineapple. Neither of the tomato sauce nor the pineapple is green. Mushrooms on top of the pizza.
Not
Yeah,
green.
exactly. So I'll eat it.
And if they are green, there's something wrong with the pizza.
True, true. Usually it like tickles on your throat when swallowing it, you know?
Yeah, I mean, if you've got
Yes,
green
Harry.
mushrooms on your on your pizza, it's been sitting in the kitchen way too long.
Exactly.
Anyway, moving swiftly on.
Meridian extraction missions. They added a supply drop now to deposit ingredients into rather than the same box to fix a bug where the box would clean up too fast and changed the mission text of this mission to match the fact that they replaced the box with the supply drop, as mentioned above.
Okay.
The pickup sound for the X has been shorted to have less shing.
Okay.
Another small adjustment to the X pickup sound slightly reduced the fade to allow a tiny bit more tail. Shing
Okay.
tail, okay. Tail
Okay.
shing.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Updated the trace and entangle credits section, which I never look at anyway.
Excuse me.
Linked up the player talent unlock text to translatable text entry. So you can now read it in another language than English only.
We like that.
Added translatable text entries also for the sneak attack, bestiary, open option, and drill UI. Again, especially for the players who play in a language different than English.
Mm-hmm.
Tweak the first CHA shoulder in the gun aim animation to fix being able to see through the shoulder in first person whilst aiming. I do use the gun quite a lot. I play in first person all the time. I aim with the gun. Never noticed that I was able to see through my own shoulder when playing
Mm.
in first person. Like if you play in third person, I could understand, but if you play in first person, then sorry, you better go visit the doctor. If you can see your own shoulder when you're aiming down the gun,
I would say I would call that a classic case of broken neck syndrome.
something like that. Yeah.
Yeah. Adding knife pickup audio event and data table entry. Again. Meridian extraction fixed a bug where on reload the drop pod would respawn. Hmm.
Meridian extraction. What mission was it again? Let's have a quick look. Meridian extraction. Pop, 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 pop. Yeah, you have to mine some stuff, and you can grab equipment from the pod, as in a case scanner and a deep vein scanner.
Okay.
So yeah, you pause halfway the mission, you stop the game. Next day you come back in, you resume the game. If voila, there is the pod again with the scanners.
Yeah.
It's handy if you somehow manage to lose them scanners, but
Yeah.
you shouldn't need it.
Do you remember early on when we just started Styx, there was a mission that dropped a drop pod with the scanners, and we would have exactly that, to the point where I remember seeing a photo shot
Yeah,
from
someone who
somewhere.
threw down a whole bunch of scanners.
Yeah, they had like 50 scanners or something because they just kept respawning.
Yep.
I've never seen so many scanners in one place. It was ridiculous. It was
Yep.
funny, but it was ridiculous. Although I will
Yeah.
say, in some cases, it became very handy actually.
I mean, you could protect your scanner with a whole field of scanners around it. So animals trying to attack the scanners first had to go through the field of other scanners. And they
Yeah,
do have a fair amount of HP, so you had ample time to kill them animals. So it's
yeah.
just a pain in hauling them all to the next location, though, because you have to run back and forth 50 times. But
But hey, yeah, that's we rinse and repeat all the time. That's part and
true,
parcel of the
true.
game. And how much fun would it be to see how many you lose? Like, okay, we started with 50. Now I've got to move 47.
Yeah, true, true.
Okay.
Anyway, fix the visit granted wolf kill experience mentioned above.
Yes.
Doing a pass and shortening all excessively long audio events over 50 seconds. Sometimes split into multiple events, sometimes just shortening them. Poor soul, he's gonna be cut off halfway a sentence now.
Uh,
Ah, well, then he should talk faster.
yeah, he really didn't like the idea of an AI taking his place, did he? He was
Exactly.
not amused. Wow.
I know. Fix the Desert Mammoth trophy not being the Desert Mammoth trophy when placed, and also fix the Tusker trophy deploying as Komodo trophy, both mentioned above already, so
Yeah, you're just gonna have to pick him up and put him down.
probably. Or at least that's what they said, I believe, last week in the patch notes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Increase the range when checking if a depleted deposit is occupied by an extractor before cleanup. Hence, I said your vein is dry. Do remove the extractors.
Yeah. So in other words, pick up the extractors, put them in a bench within the base that you've built around the
Yeah.
possible node, and wait for the
Otherwise,
respawn.
yeah. Otherwise, you could run the risk of
Losing
okay,
your extractors.
the vein is gonna be spawning now on another location, so we're gonna clean up the extractor. And oh, sorry, I didn't notice there were extractors on. Tough luck, mate. You have to buy new ones, or you have to build new ones.
Yeah.
So not sure. Like, looks like they had something in place which was checking for this. But then I'm not sure what's gonna happen. Like, is it not gonna clean up the old one? Will this then prevent a new one from spawning? I don't know. Best is definitely just take them out, just to be sure.
Yeah. And if you, well, I mean, that's going to be even more so if you've got the space extractors.
Yeah, they're a tad expensive to buy.
Yeah, just a little
Just a tad.
bit. Which is why we haven't bought very many.
Plus, like the possibility of bringing down additional stuff from the space station hasn't been in the game that long yet.
Yeah.
And after that, we haven't really done any exotic mining.
No, we
So
haven't, have we?
we haven't had a need for calling down multiple of them anyway.
Maybe we should pay Spirit Walk another visit.
Do it as an operation.
Yeah, I see a Peep participation party coming up.
Yeah. Do keep in mind, operations can only be done once from every open world. So you do it once, and then if you want to do it again, you have to start a new open world. But then again, you start one open world and you do all the operations, so you get a ton of exotics, and then you just start a new open world. You rinse and repeat.
Yeah, I mean, that'll keep you playing the game forever anyway.
It will become repetitive pretty quickly, but yeah.
Yeah, but bearing in mind that during all of that, we've got weekly updates, we've got new stuff happening all the time, we've got new stuff to test all the time. It's just fantastic.
True. But hey, you know as well as I do, I play a bit more Icarus than you do.
Yeah,
Just a
unfortunately,
bit.
my self-employment has taken me away from the computer a lot, and I miss it so much.
Well, you know, as soon as your real life starts interfering with your gaming, you have to
Make some
reevaluate
changes.
your
Yeah,
options.
yeah, yes, exactly. And with peak appearing very quickly over the horizon, it is going to be extravaganzically busy. Not
Ah,
looking
well,
forward to that. Okay,
let's
moving.
continue.
Yes, please.
Prevent late joining clients on multiplayer from seeing UI for the past exotics replenish events. Not something we have run into yet. This is something which came from experimental branch.
Okay.
So yeah. Encroachment mission: fix a bug causing clients to see incorrect count for the Great River kill objective, indicating that the step was complete when it is not, as mentioned
Was
above.
yes, it was.
Beachhead mission is now unlocked by default, allowing players to jump straight into Olympus operations. Beachhead is the first one, I believe. Like
Y-
build a campfire, build a bedroll, survive the night, you're done, go.
Yeah,
Level 5.
it's the basic survival exploration mission. The
Basically,
very
the
first one you've got to
getting
do.
acquainted with Olympus mission.
Yeah, yeah, and how the game works.
Right, enabled exotic rewards on open world for the Vapor Condenser event. The geezers, they now also give exotics. I reckon still after the only after the third iteration.
Okay.
Remove the lock on exotic voxel spawning and related flag on deep vein. This so before it was feature locked for dev or dev locked. Now
Yeah.
it's like unlocked for everyone. Removed obsolete unlock marker on Meridian and Payday. Yeah, you no longer need them because Hypatia Part 2 with exotic respawn is now live.
Yeah. I think we
So
have a
you
bit
need
of
the obsolete unlock markers no more.
yeah, yeah, obsolete, I think.
Yeah,
New Zealand spelling going on there.
exactly. Double the exotic voxel spawn rate, as it was still not frequent enough for players to find. Oh, so there will be more exotic notice in caves.
Which is good.
They a couple of weeks ago they already increased the amount of exotics you got there, and you will get even more.
Yeah.
Again,
I
it will devaluate the purple exotics. It's going to be way easier to get them, but
Yeah,
yes, so be it.
but I'm remembering back to the the
We
one
did
map.
one spirit walk where we visited about every cave
Yeah, there
on the
was
map.
the three of us. There was you, there was me, there was Carl, and Carl and I were doing opposite ends of the map. Like he went north and I went south, and we were covering different biomes and stuff. And he didn't find any exotic nodes, and I found them all
Yeah,
because they were all on the south side. So now
yeah.
if
They
they're
will. They have now doubled the spawn rate. So.
yeah. Yeah, but that was a good map. I mean, we got a lot of exotics out of that.
Oh yeah, yeah.
It was definitely
4 digits, I
worth.
believe.
Yeah, it was definitely worth all the effort that we put into it, and it was actually
Yeah,
quite fun to go and visit every cave, knowing that every time that we'd finished a cave, we had to refer to you to find the next one for us.
yep.
Oh,
Playing with double screen is so useful. So you can have Icarus Intel open on your second screen. You
yeah,
don't have to tab out.
yeah, it's good
Anyway,
fun. Anyway, moving on.
fix the Arctic Scorpion trophy incorrectly deploying as a Scorpion trophy.
Can't say as I'd noticed.
Actually, I have. Uh, remember, I left you behind in the cave on Styx
Yes, that's right. Yes, you did.
last week.
Yeah.
I went home, made the trophy. Me, I was like, I feel robbed. It's a very tiny Scorp trophy, not a big ass red Arctic Scorp. No, it's a small brown normal Scorp.
Oh man, that must have
So that one
sucked.
as well, yeah, that one as well. I'm gonna pick up and put down again, in the hopes that it will now be a proper Arctic Scorp trophy.
Yeah. Wouldn't it be great? I mean, I can't wait to get the Scorpion Boss trophies.
Oh, would be nice, true.
I mean, okay, yeah,
And the
you've got the
same for the
Alpha
Sand one.
Wolf, you've got the Alpha Wolf trophy, which we've had from the get go. You've got the Blackjack or the Cougar trophy, which we've had from early on. But they just seem to be getting bigger and bigger and bigger. The bosses, I mean. So yeah, we should have it would be nice to be able to build your house in between the pincers of a scorpion boss.
The entrance, yeah,
Yeah, that would be so cool.
but yeah. Anyway. Radar scans are not cleared on the replenish event, on the meteor event, if there is no deposits that have been depleted. Makes sense, you know. No deposits depleted, meaning they're still there.
Doesn't trigger the
So
timer.
so if there is an event for some reason, even though no deposits have been depleted, then it should leave the radar scans alone, so you don't have to do the radar scans again to find where those deposits are.
Yeah, so if you've scanned for them and you can pinpoint where they are, but you haven't yet mined them, it's not gonna get rid of the information. That's good.
Okay, the next one is basically the same as a couple of bullet points above.
Yeah.
Incorrect count, so I'm not even going to read it.
Okay.
Then, future content.
We get to the best bit. Future content. Where we can speculate and hypothesize to our heart's content.
Scorpion crossbow is being mentioned a couple of times again.
Yeah,
There will be a new / modified spider nest mesh. Screen shake will be added, so it is not there, but will be added to the meteor event.
that kind of makes sense. I mean, you get it for the thumper if you're close enough.
Yep. So this one should be big.
Yeah,
You saw the shockwave, so yeah.
yeah. Speaking of which, two below, implementing meteor shockwave and distortion on impact system, which we spoke about for the quick clip above that shows what it kind of looks like.
Lots of adjustments and improvements to the meteor impact, so it feels slightly less abrupt at very long distances. Also balance the close ear ring and added impact snapshots, etc. So if it lands right next to you, your ears will be ringing. Makes sense.
And if it lands a mountain away, then you'll just hear it.
Yeah. New icon for the Mount Wonder movement mode. Okay, I have to check then what the new icon is. Here, added new voxel types for the new areas of Prometheus. So
Oh,
those might be for the whole ice building tier.
yeah. Sounds good.
So there has been mentioned a couple of times iron build, but iron is iron. But yeah, the ice might be from the new areas of Prometheus. I don't know.
Hmm. Well, I would surmise there would be some Arctic there, so maybe that's where we can build the igloo out of the super cold ice.
I don't know. Maybe. I mean, currently the super cold ice is like I have built a pickaxe for which I needed 5 or so super cold ice. You can make a bunch of arrows, but like the amount of super cooled ice you mine is like insane amount, and you use little to nothing of it. So if super cooled ice would give us another use, by all means.
Yeah, I'd still be reluctant to get rid of it. I mean, I would be prepared
I
to have
I've
tons and tons of it in expectation of the fact that I'm going to be able to use it.
well, they stack like what 100. If I make an iron cupboard with my main character, I have the talent for extra slots. So a cupboard has 60 slots, 60 stacks, 6k. I have 6k cold steel, 6k super cooled ice.
Wow.
Yeah, I know. So that's why if I now thaw out frozen ore and I get super cooled ice, I just destroy it. I'm not even gonna store it no more.
Hmm. Yeah. It's got to be something we can do with it.
Would be nice, yeah. Like I said, you can make cold steel for some arrows or some cold steel bullets, but I'm
Yeah.
still waiting, by the way, on that list. Like, uh, well, actually, bestiary unlocks to tell me which animals are weak to ice.
Hmm.
So
Well,
I know which ones to use the ice bullets on. But still, if you aim proper with normal rounds, you can already take out a lot of animals in one shot. So would you even need cold steel bullets?
yeah. What was that animal that we found in the lava lands that came at us on fire when we were in a cave? What was that?
Rock dog.
Okay. Being that they're built with fire, you would kind of expect them to be weak to super cold ice.
Yeah, or to armor piercing ones, because they have the big shield. And you
Hmm.
cannot have super cold armor piercing.
Have you
Yeah, super
tested?
cold arrows, sorry, the cold steel arrows maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, we were testing that the differential between the
But
arrows and the
yeah, but you have
bullets.
to kill like 100 of them with each ammo type to get a proper sample set. It's gonna take a lot of time.
This is true.
Anyway, let's see. Final adjustments to meteor event. Scorpion crossbow.
Adding sandworm tendon audio. Also allowed
Sandworm
to meet.
tendons have been mentioned 2-3 weeks ago.
Okay. Also added to meet in other items, make them feel familiar for pickup sounds. Okay.
So the sound, the sandworm tendon pickup sound.
Yeah.
The same sound has also been added to meat and to other items that feel similar for the pickup sounds.
Mm-hmm.
So Eslands, region Prometheus, it's definitely not in yet, so it's definitely going to be in the southern half of Prometheus, still blacked out part of the map.
Yeah. As with the one below it, set dressing new cave network with stalagmite, ice sheet, yellow quadrant Prometheus. So another yet unrevealed area.
Nesting events within meteor impact with limitations to the playback to prevent excessive amounts of boombastics. I like the word.
Yeah. So we
Added
get.
text for biolab weapon components and weapons. So
Ooh.
biolab is this going to be like new weapon types in workshop which you can craft, maybe using some stuff you can send up from the planet or the moon actually, and then I'm thinking living weapon part. I don't know.
Red exotics come from a plant, right?
Yeah,
Red exotics you can send to the station.
yeah, and you can use red exotics already in the current workshop to buy stuff.
I'm thinking for like extra perks and buffs for something. I don't know,
Uh,
maybe.
well, they are talking about biolab attachments. Couple of bullet points down. So will this be like attachments for the biolab or attachments for the weapons in the biolab? Will we be able to like get a base weapon on station and put attachments on it already? So basically customize your weapon on the space station already?
Could be, because biolab is, like where they would research it and stuff, right?
Yeah,
So
it's
maybe
a lab. So.
yeah, but maybe the biolab is like I don't
Well,
know.
it's a biolab as well, so you need biosamples. Where do you get a biosample on your space station? I'd say planet side.
Yeah, you do the you do the research missions planet side, and you send the stuff topside.
Yeah, yeah, maybe. Don't know.
Hmm.
Anyway, couple of things more. So when meteor showers occur, do not clean up exhausted matter deposits that still have an extractor attached. So this will then obviously also prevent new ones to spawn, or obviously I would say also prevent new ones to spawn. So you want new ones to spawn, you better take the extractors off the veins you have completed.
Yeah.
And next to the scorpion bow and crossbow, we're also going to get a scorpion rifle.
Ooh,
Again, this might
Um.
be something you research and craft in the biolab.
Yeah.
Maybe like so you have the cave run bow, uh, you have to do this mission on the planet where you check the stuff in, you kill a couple of them worms, you check the stuff in the analyzer, you run the analyzer, protect it, etc., etc.,
Yeah.
and then you will be able to craft cave worm bows.
Yes.
But you can only craft them planet side.
Yeah.
And the Caveworm bow is only unlocked after having played that mission, and that is a per character, not per player.
Yeah.
Workshop stuff is per player. So if this is indeed in the biolab, it means, I would say, in my train of thoughts, you do
It's
this mission once with one character, and then you can use the results, being those new weapons you craft in the space station, for all your players.
hmm.
And whether you craft or I don't know, something like that.
Or you do another research thing and then it becomes planet side crafted per character, as with the sandworm bow or the caveworm bow.
I don't know. Like it would be so nice to be able to use the Caveworm bow planet side with new characters straight away.
Yeah, which would mean it would be a player release, player unlock,
Yeah, not a character unlock.
not a character
Now,
unlock.
if this was like researched on the station, then it would be possible. Now, currently it's like researched planet side data is not being sent back up, so it stays with the character, not with the
Yeah.
player.
So that means that every character now has to do the caveworm mission, the sandworm mission, in order to be able to make those bows per character.
Yeah.
Because our newest characters need to do that one. Those two
Yeah.
now.
Well, obviously now we have an open world, so once we get some more materials, we can work on recurve bow, and then after that the composites, the compound bow,
Yeah,
and those are well, caveworm bow is basically on par with the recurve bow.
yeah,
And composite bow obviously is better, so then you don't need the caveworm bow no more.
yeah,
Uh, uh, and since we play an open world now, everything is persistent. So we will be getting to the recurve bow within not too long a time.
yeah,
Uh, so we won't really have the need for the caveworm bow no more. However, it would have been nice if we would have been able to craft them from the get-go, because we have collected or have had the opportunity to collect enough resources for multiple caveworm bows already, so we
yeah,
wouldn't have had to run around with the longbows no more.
yeah. And the thing about that is the fact that you come upon cave worms all the time,
Yeah.
and
Also,
you end up
caveworm
having to
bows you
waste
can craft.
resources.
Yeah. Also, caveworm bow you can craft before you can do the longbow already.
Yeah,
For the longbow, you need to make the anvil now. So, furnace, stone furnace, smelt iron, make anvil, and then you can make
yeah,
the longbow. But for crafting the anvil, you need like 40 iron ingots. That's 80 iron ore. That is at least 3
three.
nodes.
Yeah,
Well, you could have had a cave from both from that cave alone already.
yeah, exactly. So
So yeah. Anyway,
we can hope. We can
yeah.
hope.
But so they added a tag, the item.meta tag, on biolab attachments. So they will correctly return to the station when the player returns, or when something with such an item, so with such an attachment is being returned. So it does look like you can craft attachments to items in the biolab. In the biolab, because return to the station, meaning they came from the station.
Oh, so that would mean attachments to your workshop items?
I don't know. Workshop items currently have no attachment slots. Will this change? If so, will this change for current items? And if so, what kind of items? Because now nail armor is pretty good without the
It,
attachments already.
yeah,
Imagine being
it's the
able
go-to
to,
armor.
yeah. So imagine being able to add attachments to the nail armor.
Oh wow, OP
Obviously,
armor.
depending on which kind of attachments, but still, you'll most likely make it better.
Yeah.
Say, would you need any other armor than your nail armor with attachments? I don't know.
Hmm.
It's a pretty good all-around armor, the nail.
It is, isn't it? I mean,
Sure, if
I
you wanna go for a big mining run, like your early open world, and you need a ton of ore, you just request down your miner armor.
yeah,
But once you progress a bit further in your open world, you don't really need it no more. So you can basically keep on running with your nail, or you go for composite armor with attachments,
yeah. I mean,
because attachments make the composite armor better than the neo.
yeah,
But if you can put attachments on the neo, again depending on which kind of attachments, then Naneo might outclass composite armor again.
which would be expected because we paid a lot of money of Ren and exotics to get that composite armor, the
The
Naneo
Naneo.
armor. Yeah,
Yeah, but
you
don't
would,
forget, everything becomes easier now with operations in open world.
and the respawning exotics.
Yeah. Back in the days when we got an nail armor, you had to do missions. So it was the repetitive grind over and over again.
Yeah,
Hey, part of the gameplay, we accepted it. It's just part of the gameplay, so sure.
yeah.
And
I
I don't really care too much.
yeah,
But
but
nowadays with open world with operations, you can earn from your open world being fully kitted out. You can earn a ton of ren and now also exotics. So let's just call it in-game inflation. We pay the
mm,
full price. You still
yeah,
pay the same amount, but it's worth less.
yeah, a lot less. I mean,
So yeah, we pay a lot of currency of ren and exotics for our neo armor, so it should be
hmm
better than composites. However, since the currency is basically worth less at the moment, if you would buy it right now, it's not that expensive no more in comparison
yeah, it doesn't hold the
as it
same
used to
value.
be. Exactly. So
Yeah.
uh, now neo versus composite, eh,
Mm,
basically the same amount of grinds to get to, roughly. So
yeah.
should neo still be better than composite? I don't know.
I think it should.
For new players?
Mm, okay, got me.
Exactly. But yeah, the fact that you apparently will be able to put attachments on stuff, no idea what stuff. That's what I become curious about. Like what stuff? Weapons, armor? Uh, I don't know.
Axe, pickaxe, OT
Where your
tank,
tools?
canteen,
Yeah,
bow, knife, you know, everything we carry.
yeah. And
It will.
also we will get some biolab inhalers.
Ooh,
So we already have like the vaccines.
yeah.
I will also get inhalers.
Well, the suit
Eh,
already filters so much.
well, I'm more thinking like, okay, you have the vaccines.
Yeah.
So you can be like fully protected against, depending on which vaccine, like poison, pneumonia, a couple of things.
Yeah.
We're going to use the inhaler. What's that going to give? What kind of buff is the inhaler going to give? Buff slash protection.
Well, the tonics and the pills and the vaccines really only give you a buff to protect against it. So you take less damage from it.
Pills and vaccines make it so you don't even get it, don't even contract it.
Okay.
The paste half the time, the tonic gets rid of it. Pills prevent it. Vaccines prevent it.
I don't know. Hmm.
Maybe it's going to be like, so you have nowadays you have like the stam potion, the stam tonic. You
The
have
health
the
tonic.
health tonic and like plus health and regen and the stam for stam regen. Maybe
Yeah.
the inhaler is gonna be the workshop variant of those tonics. I don't know.
Maybe the inhaler is an all-in-one, get everything in one breath, literally.
I don't know.
Well, that would make everything else
If I'm not going into a
obsolete.
cave, I don't need the anti pneumonia or the anti
Oh,
poison or whatever.
yeah.
So
Hmm.
when I read this one, I was wondering like, okay, I wonder what is gonna counteract those inhalers.
Hmm. Good question. Hmm.
Yeah, something to keep perusing the patch notes for.
Yeah, that's going to be an interesting one. I actually thought maybe it's something that you could put into your mount's room so that the mounts don't suffer the weaknesses of a different biome.
Do they even?
Well,
I've never noticed that.
well, I don't know. Didn't they say something about? I don't know. I'm speculating here.
I've never like I can take a Tusker into the desert. I can take any mount I want into the Arctic, whatever. They don't slow down. They, as far as I know, the hunger and thirst rate still is the same rate. So hunger and thirst depletion the same rate. I haven't seen any differences there. I know there is supposed to be a difference in taming speed, which can be to an extent negated by talents. Which, by the way, I have never, but supposedly I've never noticed a difference there. But then again, usually I bring my times back to base, which is usually in a moderate climate, being the forest or the grasslands.
Hmm.
But I don't know. Also, tames, so you would need biome specific tames for that, right? Which at the moment is only, well, Tusker is Arctic only.
Yeah.
Horses is forest slash grassland only, but Moa I've seen also in the
Everywhere.
desert, I think. Not in the Arctic
Not
though. So yeah,
yet.
if you would bring a Moa to the Arctic to tame, maybe it would tame slower there.
Well,
But then again, I've never tried that. So
Yeah.
usually like I said, usually my timing I time amounts at base, and base is in moderate zone. So, and still, are you gonna sit there just twiddling your thumbs, waiting for the timing process to be completed, or you put the time in a pen, make sure it has food and water, and you go off and do your normal thing again. That's what I
Mm.
usually do. And then at
Well,
some point when I come back, I'm gonna check on the status of the timing, and usually the timing has been completed already.
okay. Well,
And
here's a totally different take on it. We've been told about the medic's backpack, yes,
mhm.
which would suggest a build for a medic character. What if that medic could use an inhaler to restore more than your low health and stam that you get upon being revived?
So basically the same as that one talent. There is a talent which does exactly that.
Or maybe it's a
Gives
boost to
that
that.
if you revive a player, that revived player has more health if you have the talent.
Maybe if you have the inhalers, it gives certain boosts to that. I don't know.
Yeah, so that's the guy being unconscious. So you jam an inhaler in his mouth. So you open his helmet. Don't don't mind about the fact that the prospector is gonna suffocate. Who cares?
No, but it could be something that you could actually pump into their oxygen tank. Like we have an O2 tank, right, which we have to
Yeah,
replenish. Maybe
yeah, but then I
they
don't think I
disconnect
would
their
call it an
inhaler.
inhaler. I
They
wouldn't call it an inhaler at this moment. At that moment, no more. Not if it's being done by someone else.
hmm, I don't know.
Well, like I said, it's something we have to peruse the patch notes for in the coming weeks.
Yeah, that's going to be very interesting.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Okay, I believe that brings us to the end of this week's patch notes.
yeah.
It does. If you watch your eyes, I'm going to scroll up, peeps. Okay. So that was a really good one. I can't wait to see how that's going to play out. It's going to be good to be able to have the exotic respawn. Although I do worry about the fact that it really devalues
Yeah,
the
but it's something
exotics
I've been
themselves.
saying since the first time they mentioned exotics respawn.
Yeah,
It is gonna devaluate the exotics.
yeah, but now the new exotic is the red exotic, which is not so easy to come by.
Well, I mean, I already said it when they were talking about operations. First time they
Hmm.
started talking about operations, I was already like, yeah, it's gonna be easier. So also like the whole exotics farming is gonna be easier. So exotics are gonna devaluate, and now especially with a respawn of exotic finds, like will there be exotic veins if you're not even running an operation? Like, will there be exotic veins in every open world now without starting an operation? If so, then it's really going to devaluate the value. It's really going to devaluate the exotics. Not only the purple ones, also the red ones. Because trust me, once you get a little bit used to Prometheus, you'll run as easily through Prometheus as you do through Styx and Icarus.
Hmm.
Are red exotics harder to mine? No. The only thing is red exotics you get the raw exotics. You have then to process them in the organic cleaner thingy into red exotics, and then you send them back up. But in an open world, I mean, you can do it in a mission already, let alone an open world. You just have a couple of cleaners at the ready. All you need to do is hold the raw exotics back and forth. bring them to your base, clean them, or you have the cleaners in the volcanic biome. Do keep in mind though, if there is the fog event, all benches, including the cleaners, the speed will be halved.
Mm-hmm.
But even red exotics is gonna become as easy as purple exotics. Sure, slightly harder because Prometheus is slightly harder than Styx and Olympus. But again, once you get used to it, you just run through the volcanic biome as easily as you do through Styx.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Although for newer players, I mean,
True. New players. That's why I said once you get used to it.
yeah, but Prometheus is, is not for somebody who is new to the game. You have to learn the game and progress through it in order to get used to it. Exactly as you say,
True.
you know.
And but once you feel confident enough, like okay, hey, I can do Styx now without dying. I'm gonna try Prometheus. You start gaining experience in Prometheus. So at a certain point, you can traverse Prometheus without dying.
Yeah,
You build up your experience.
yeah, yeah. I mean, we've progressed to a point where we will fisticuffs a bear to death.
Yeah,
It's
just for fun.
just for fun, for a challenge.
Yeah, like half year ago, or like when Styx came out. At that point, we were already on Olympus. At the point where like it's a bear, we'll see whether or not it aggroes. Then Styx came out. Okay, animals were tougher. So, oops, there's a bear. Let's take a slight detour.
Yeah,
And then you got to the point where you're on Styx, like, here's a bear, yes, so if he attacks us, he's dead. To
yeah,
the point even where you're like, there's a bear. Let's go towards the bear and start killing him with fists,
yeah,
just for fun.
yeah. It's definitely a progression, and it's a very fun one to go through. But
That's true.
I remember utter joy the first time I actually did the bear dance because it bloody well worked.
Yep,
It's like, holy shit, I'm actually doing it.
yep,
And I had been trying to do it forever.
yeah. Well, the first step, eh?
Yeah,
Except that you're gonna get hurt.
yeah, exactly. I mean, take the hit and just walk it off.
Yeah, take the hit. He's not gonna kill you with one hit. Just take the hit and make sure you do more damage to him than he does to you.
Yeah,
And once you get that mindset, you're good.
yeah. Just bring it with you through the rest of the game.
Exactly.
It's gonna stand you in good stead.
Yep. But yeah,
Oh,
patch notes are done. I'm gonna take a quick break.
yeah, unfortunately, I have to disappear, so there will be no further gameplay from me. So, unfortunately, I have to say goodnight. I'd like to say thank you
Yeah.
to everybody who watched, anybody who lurked, and all who participated in the chat. Froggy gets another first medal tonight,
Yeah.
and
So
I
yeah,
think we
I'll
need to get a brand new solo medal board for the
yeah,
chat.
yeah, I'll be playing a bit on Twitch. If you go to the Discord channel mentioned here, the Discord server in the community chat channel, there is a link to Twitch. I'll be playing a bit in say 8-ish minutes. Gonna take a quick break, so at least we can check out the meteor event.
Yeah, I'm afraid I'm going to have to miss it. I really have to go. Thank you very much to Corne as well for keeping on board with the keeping Peeps up to date with the Discord server. I appreciate all
fun.
your time and effort for that. Um, we will be back next week in order for some more Prometheus gameplay with the open world, newer characters, where we look forward to seeing Carl again, hopefully. Until then, it's good night from me,
And good night from her.
and we will see you next week. And remember, peeps, it is a dangerous world out there, so please take care of yourselves and each other. Good night.